show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Figma Alien Big Chap Xenomorph action figure. Now I'm not a big Figma action figure collector as they're a little bit shorter than what I like, but I'm a huge alien collector, so I figured I had to check this out. So let's take a look at the packaging here. You can see at the front here, we've got the alien inside there, as well as a facehugger, which is attaching to somebody's face. Figma SP108, no idea what that means. Alien. Here at the top, you can see the actual Big Chap doing his thing. Here he is on the side, lanking around. Other side, creeping around. On the bottom, we have a barcode, as well as the Big Chap. Then on the back, you can see the figure in a bunch of different poses, as well as the facehugger accessory getting onto somebody's face. Looks pretty cool. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, well now that we got this guy out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. And he comes with a nice little chunk of stuff. He has a baggie to hold all of his accessories with the Figma logo on it. Reminds me of the ones that Mezco figures come with. He has two alternate hands totaling 4 different hands. He has a display stand. He also comes with a facehugger which has 2 different interchangeable tails. But before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So I'm going to say I'm liking the detail on this guy so far. The dome is clear and has a really nice effect to it. The skull underneath looks really, really good. His face looks pretty nice. I noticed it is a similar feature as Neca. The mouth comes out. It's a lighter colored, which is pretty nice little contrast. The film was like that as I recall. He's very skinny. His body's okay. The tubes on the back look pretty good. His tail has a different kind of articulation. It's actually articulated. It's not a bendy wire, so I was really surprised about that. Kind of different. I like seeing a different company's take on this Big Chap and to see what all options are out there. I mean, look at his head. It looks pretty nice. And then yes, I did get 2 of this figure. Why? Because you never have too many Xenomorphs. Here they both are with all their accessories laid out. And then here's the figure broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts. So let's check out his accessories. Like I said before, he's got a little baggie here at the Figma logo. You can put all your stuff in here so you don't lose it. And he also has a display stand. I'm not much of a stand guy, so I'm not going to take this out of the plastic. And then in addition to that, he's got 4 hands and the facehugger. And then here are his 4 different hands. They really don't look all that much different. I'm guessing one is going to be sort of relaxed and one is sort of in a grabbing position. Now here he is with his first set of hands, just sort of outright extended. And then here he is with his other hands. These ones are the default ones that he came with. These ones seem a little bit more relaxed. The other ones had the thumb extended a little bit and kind of looked like they were perhaps in the grabbing position, like grabbing a victim to headbutt them. Next, let's show you his facehugger. As you can see here, here's the facehugger with his tail wrapped around. Presumably you can put this around a figure and have it just getting ready to start the impregnation process. I think it looks really nice. And he has an alternate tail. If you don't have him in that kind of a position, you can remove this little peg hole. And then you can attach this tail as if he's scurrying across the floor. And then here's this facehugger as it would be compared with some other facehuggers. On the far left, we've got the Kenner facehugger. Then we've got the Figma facehugger. Then we've got the Mafex facehugger. And then we've got a standard Neca facehugger. But I'm really more of a Neca collector. My Alien Predator collection predominantly is all Neca. I knew the Figma one was going to be smaller, so I was maybe setting myself up for disappointment. But went into it knowing that. So let's see if this facehugger will work onto a Neca human. I chose Alien 3 Ripley as her head is pretty thin. And I must say it didn't quite work out the way I hoped it would. First of all, I had to use boiling water to heat their heads and remove them, which is just fine. But you can't really push their face forward with the facehugger getting on them. That's about the best you're going to get. Looks pretty cool still, but it's not exactly the effect I was going for. Same with here on the Marine. doesn't quite work. And so here's the life cycle of an alien. First of all, we've got the egg, and then of course it opens up. Then the facehugger very slowly making his way out of the egg. Then say it scurries across the floor looking for a victim. And then as you can see, the victim trying to prevent herself from getting face hugged. And then here goes the long sleep. Facehugger crawls off, dies. And not too long after, alien emerges from the chest, bursting out. And then it is to scurry on down the road. Now that we've taken a good look at his accessories, next let's check out the height of this figure. So this figure here, from bottom to top, is sitting at just a hair above 6 inches. Next, let's check out this figure's articulation. Starting with his head here, of course his head's going to be able to go from side to side. It can look down quite a bit and up quite a bit as well. His jaw's articulated, can open and shut. His inner mouth does come out. It's a very light color. I do kind of like that. His shoulders on a ball joint go out about 90 degrees. They are kind of going forward a little bit at the same time. Of course, they can go down, up, around, forward, etc. His elbows, also a ball joint on the inside. So it kind of functions like a double jointed elbow, even though it's just a single ball inside there. It can go in more 90 degrees, and it is able to swivel on top here. Wrist on a ball joint as well. Actually, it's more like hinged here, and I guess it can swivel around. He has a joint in here. It can go rotate just a tiny bit, and it can go forward and back as well. Then his hips, they go out about that far. Not too great there. They can go forward, almost 90 degrees, not quite. Back, really not too much. His tail, it can swivel here, and it's hinged up and down. Knees, pretty much double jointed, can go almost all the way back. No swivel or anything at the top, but the bottom appears to have maybe I don't think it's a swivel, I think it's just a side effect of the way it's put together. Then his foot can go up that far, down that far. Of course, it can rotate side to side on a ball joint here, and it can tilt and rock just a tiny bit. Next, let's check this guy out compared to some other action figures. Now, this is the only Figma figure I actually have. There's a couple Figma humans I've been eyeing for a while, but I don't actually have them. I'm mostly a NECA collector, so we'll focus a lot of comparisons on those. And here are these two little guys compared to some Mafex Big Chaps. These are some recently acquired non-NECA Big Chaps. The Figma ones are considerably smaller than I anticipated though. And then here they are compared to a couple of NECA Big Chap figures. Boy, the size difference is big. And then here they are next to all the different NECA Big Chap figures that I have. From left to right, first of all, we've got the red Genocide Big Chap, then the Kenner light blue Big Chap, and then the Alien Concept Albino Big Chap, then the Standard Big Chap, then of course in the center we've got the Figma Big Chap. The next one, the all black one, is the Toys R Us exclusive Aliens vs Predator 2-pack homage Big Chap. Here they are next to some humans from NECA's various Alien and Predator lines. Here they are next to a couple of NECA engineers from Prometheus. And if you wanted the engineers to be giants, like they seem to be in the first Alien film, this would actually work. And here they are next to a couple of NECA Ultimate Predator figures. So overall, this figure is nice. He's probably nicer than I give him credit for. I personally wish he was a little bit taller, or a lot taller for that matter, but he is nice for what he is. I knew he was going to be small when getting him, so I knew the risks and pulled the trigger anyway. He's definitely going to end up being a younger Big Chap in my action figure world, but he does look nice. I really, really like his head, and his dome looks really good. If I were to rate this figure, I'd probably give him a 6 out of 10. My own personal bias, because of the size, drops the score a little lower. The actual figure itself is probably worthy of at least a 7.5 or 7 out of 10. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it in the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll talk to you guys real soon.